Hello, everyone. Today, I would like to share my experience in in my transition to remote teaching as a result of the ongoing pandemic, especially for the course Social Ecology. Social Ecology is a course which I offer for undergraduate students, which is an elective for them. So, students from different classes would be coming to this particular course, and some of them would be really interested, and for some others it could be their second option or third option. So for me, the initial challenge was knowing the group so that I can plan my activities. I can think of coming up with a course plan that keep students engaging, and also to think about the ways in which I can keep a sustained interest among my students. Other concerns were in terms of planning the right activities for both asynchronous and synchronous sessions, and coming up with effective modes of assessment. So, coming to my first concern, knowing the group. So, primarily, I was curious to see how far my students are familiar with the subjects, how far they are interested in aspects of nature and conservation. I wanted to know why they have taken this elective and what do they expect from this course. So I shared a Google form with students wherein I inquired about their level of interest in the subject, any specific area or topic that they are keen on, their hobbies, or their experience in terms of doing some internships or volunteering in areas related to social ecology. So the result was overwhelming because there were many students who were part of the national and international programs on conservation, and some of them were part of climate action groups, and some others were keenly interested in trekking and animal welfare. So that have actually given me some sort of an idea to come up with materials for them to further explore and also to plan out activities. And in terms of planning the sessions, I thought of going with well structured PPTs with a clear listing of the learning outcomes, activity details, and at the end, a summary. Because of the technical glitches, there would be students who, who would be having, disruptions in their class. So anybody who joins in between also should be able to follow my class. That is one thing. And the second challenge from concern which I had was, uh, how far the students would be listening to the class, even if there is some disruption. This PPT could, again help them to be back to, where we had the discussions. And I was using a couple of tools like the Menti.com. Then I also used interactive biomes. And I also used whiteboard by giving annotating rights to the students, which the students really appreciated. So whenever we had a topic for under discussion, there was this thinking aloud session where the students would be bringing out their comments and their observations. And the initial days, I used a Google form to conduct quizzes as a mode of revision. But later, I found an interactive mode where I can play a quiz in a game mode. Quizzes.com helped me, and the students really appreciated, and I'm still continuing the use of this quiz. And considering the diverse levels of my students, another thing what I was doing was regularly updating the Google Classroom, and for every week online session there would be a specific unit where I would be describing the contents to be covered for the day, the learning objectives, and also the reading audio video materials. And also I'll clearly state the expectations from the students for the week. I will put up a link to the feedback form. And most of the assignments were in terms of very short reflective essays. Since this was my first experiment in this online teaching, I thought of having a regular feedback where I had two primary domains about the quality of the content as well as delivery, as well as the technical dimension. So, in terms of the quality of the content and delivery, I had a few aspects which I measured to a Likert scale. The useful, for instance, the usefulness of the content, the planning of the materials, the organization of the lectures, and the relevance of the materials and activities which I have for each week. And these two open-ended questions: what aspects you like most in the week, and do you have any suggestions that would help us improve the quality of the course? Was giving me adequate information about the ways in which I can plan out my further sessions. And the other dimension regarding the technical issue, I was primarily checking whether the technology used was and accessible, easy to use and accessible, and whether the audio and video connections of the lectures and presentations were good. So at times there were technical glitches both at the end of the students as well as at the end of the faculty. I was primarily using the platform WebEx because I was little comfortable in that, because there are a lot of inbuilt provisions to mark attendance and also to use whiteboards and other things. um, Zoom was having some privacy issues, so that was not recommended. And uh, yeah, when we were using a Google Meet, we had to depend on add-ons for attendance and usage of whiteboard. So that, but the students often complained, about the RAM space that this particular WebEx platform was using, and that was giving them some trouble. But at the same time, they appreciated features like the whiteboard. So currently I'm exploring ways in which I can have a platform wherein I can use this multiple interactive tools. And I also did some homework based on the feedback which is given, because there were some advanced learners, and there were really curious people who wanted to have more and more discussions about the current topics in the class, wherein we had some other students who are who are in need of the elementary topics to be discussed in the class. So I did two things. One, for some topics, I used to pre-record my video and then upload, so that the students can listen to that and then we can have a discussion in the class. And I came up with this idea of topic of the day, where in every class, the initial 10 minutes will be spent for us to discuss on one of the pertinent topic, environmental related topic, and then I could upload more and more materials on this for their perusal in the Google Classroom. So I have given the feedback both prior to the introduction of this segment and after the introduction of this segment, to see how the students were responding to this. I would also like to bring in uh, some of the personal challenges that I experience as a faculty who is into remote teaching, because like many others, I'm also in the initial phase of getting familiar with these various interactive platforms and tools. So providing adequate options for students becomes a challenge at this point. And again, being a faculty who's handling three different subjects at the university level, there is a slight difficulty in terms of providing equal emphasis on all these courses because each course is different. We need to have separate different strategies, different approaches. So it may take some time for us to manage these two larger concerns, at least for me. But this COVID-19 have also provided a lot of opportunities in terms of learning and adapting to new technology. I learned the value of being open and flexible. I learned the value of peer learning, learning from students and learning through different online platforms to hone my skills, my professional skills. Now, another factor which I learned is to come up with very clear and detailed instructions for students, giving attention to even the minute aspects of teaching learning. But there are two areas where I'm still struggling. It is in terms of grading and assessments, because I used to have weekly unread assignments, and I wonder whether we need to have a separate graded assignment, whether it will be adding to the workload of the students, or if we are making the weekly assignments graded, considering the number of students, how could we cope with that? And another concern is have to provide grades for participation. So this is with respect to grading and assignments, assessments, and coming to the question of being inclusive. How can we cater to the the different learning styles of students, and how will we respond to the needs of the advanced learners and cater to the needs of the weak students? How will we balance that in the class, and have to deal with students having uh, technical glitches at their end? And most importantly, the current pandemic is also giving a lot of stress and pressure to our students. So can I simply focus on completing my syllabus, or how can I better connect with my students? So these are some of the thoughts I have in relation to remote teaching. Hope to have more discussions. Thank you.